What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a video that I am super excited about. We are doing a no spend challenge. If you don't know what that is, we are not spending money for 1 month. Now I know that sounds a little crazy and that's what I thought at first, but we are spending money on some things. However, we're really cutting out all like fun and like discretionary expenses. So why we're doing this is because having a baby is obviously expensive. As soon as we found out we were pregnant, we started saving, but just the cost of everything was a little more than we had planned on. So we are just trying to get a little more financially stable and to be a little bit better with our money in general. We had a reality check. We need to be really good with our money right now. So we're not gonna be like completely not spending money for 30 days. It's not like we're spending no money at all, like literally zero. We will be spending money. However, the only things that we are allowing ourselves to spend money on are our bills, on gas, and on groceries. So those are the three things that we are going to be spending money on. However, anything outside of that, no, none. Our goal is zero. So we talked the other night, me and Ruben, and we decided that we're gonna have a weekly goal of how much we're gonna be spending for gas and groceries outside of bills. So our bills, they're taken care of. We budget for those every single month, but our goals for gas and groceries combined is $150 a week. And something that we actually decided to try before we even decided to do this challenge was HelloFresh. It's gonna be going into our groceries expense. So that is like however much that costs per week is going into our grocery fund for the week. So we're not going to be spending $150 on top of that and not count that, because that definitely counts. So the whole point of this is for us to become smarter with our money, to realize, I feel like, how much we're spending on discretionary funds, because even though I budget every week and I keep really close track of how much money we're spending and where we're spending it, we still kind of are like whatever, loosey-goosey with everything. But we really want to get more serious about saving money and becoming more financially stable for now and for our future. If you guys want to do something like this yourselves, make sure to comment down below and let me know if you guys are doing it. I'm super excited, and I'm going to be doing weekly check-ins as well as other random check-ins for this next month, and that's going to be this video. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so it has been 2.5 weeks into the no spend challenge and I have failed to give a single update. So I just wanted to update you guys real quick on our weekly totals. Our first week we spent $82.42. So we spent most of it on groceries, which was random trips to Smith's as well as our HelloFresh. We did have 2 miscellaneous expenses that were outside of what we wanted to spend, but we spent anyways. One was on scrunchies. I bought some scrunchies from my sister. She has a scrunchie business. I talked about it in my video where we said goodbye to her and she moved away. I'll link that up above as well as down below. She made some really cute ones and I really wanted to buy them before she moved. So I did. And it wasn't my smartest choice, but I really wanted to buy them and I wanted to support her. I didn't want to do an IOU. I just wanted to value her as a business owner, even though she's my sister. So bought those. That same day we went and we ate out, and that has been the only time we've eaten out so far this month. It wasn't our best week, but actually I'm really proud of us. That was really good. We only ate out that one time. We only had that one miscellaneous expense. Okay, this last week, which was week 2, starting August 19th, was not our best week. We just didn't do as well as we wanted to. We spent $177.23, and that was more than what we budgeted. We definitely did go over week 2, but not by a lot. I'm gonna break it down into categories. We spent $70.23 on groceries, which did include our HelloFresh, so we did really good on groceries. What really did us over was gas. We just so happened to need to fill them both up in that 1 week period. One of our cars is a huge tank and it's a gas guzzler, and so it cost us a lot to fill that up. We did spend $83 on gas this week, and that was way more than we normally spend, but we only fill up like maybe once every other week. All in all, it really wasn't that bad, but it was just a lot of money at once, you know, to have to fill both of them up in the same week instead of like spreading that expense out. That definitely hit us, and that did put us over the budget just slightly. I think it went like $153, something like that. We did put $10 towards a date night, which we were trying not to spend money on. Once again, not that bad. And then we spent $14 on miscellaneous things, which was to go see our sister-in-law perform at the hoop competition. So we really did, once again, we did really well. We definitely spent way more than last week, but I think a huge part of that was having to fill up 2 tanks of gas in 1 week. All in all, we're doing really good, and it's been really good for us to take back our expenses. I will do like kind of a recap to kind of compare and contrast what we were spending before we started this no spend challenge on expenses outside of gas and groceries versus what we're spending now. We have completed week 3 of our no spend challenge. We went out of town this weekend, and I was worried that we might spend a little more than we would like, and especially start spending miscellaneous money. It's really hard to not spend money when you go out of town. So we had $150 that we wanted to spend, and we spent $143.39. And $123 of that was on groceries, so that included our HelloFresh that we're doing, as well as other random groceries. It was a little bit more than we normally spend because we were going out of town, so we had to go buy things to get us ready for this trip. And then we had one miscellaneous expense, which was $20 at Target. Can't even remember what we got at this point. I think it was personal care things. I normally would include that in groceries because it's part of like a living expense, I guess you could say. But we kind of talked about it and where it would go, what category we would put it under, and he was like, well, you know, groceries is for feeding us, and that didn't go towards feeding us. It went to personal care stuff, so I would just say that's a miscellaneous expense. But other than that, like, we did really, really good this week. And like I said, I was so shocked we didn't go over because we were going out of town. And it's just really easy when you're out with family to be spending money on food or to be buying things. We are doing so good. I went and looked at like our expenses like in the past, and we are doing so much better. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how much money we were spending. I will do the final reveal and talk about that later, like at the end of this video once we've wrapped up the month. It's wild, you guys. I can't wait to share it with you guys because I am like, how were we spending that much money? It is the end of our week 4 and the end of our no spend challenge. I'm going to give you guys an update on what we spent this week, as well as our monthly totals and how much we saved and other things like that. So to start off, our week 4 spending, we spent $174 this week. So we did go a little bit over our $150 budget, but we didn't do that much over. We kind of got a little lax because we were nearing the end of the no spend challenge, so we loosened the purse strings a little bit here and there. We spent $71.73 on groceries, and that was just on groceries for last week. So we're actually done with HelloFresh. We have used it for a past month, and we actually loved it. We really enjoyed using it, but just looking at the totals of everything, I don't know if we'll continue to do it from now on. I definitely would suggest doing it, and it's so convenient, but just for us and like saving money, we probably won't continue with that. The total that we spent on, oh my gosh, a train is coming, hold on. Why? The train passed, so we can continue. Yeah, okay, passed. Thanks, motorcycle. Outside of groceries, we did spend $47 on gas this week, so we had to fill up one of our cars, and that was like a regular expense. Y'all, the struggle. The next thing was date night. This was the first date night in over a month that we've actually eaten out for date night. That was just really nice to do. So after our date night, we did go out. We did a little bit of thrifting, and we spent a little bit of money, and I think we had another miscellaneous expense. So we did go a little bit over budget this week because we were a little more lax. We definitely, if we hadn't gone thrifting and if we hadn't gone out to eat for date night, we 100% would have been within our budget. But no regrets, we did that, and we still did pretty close to our budget. So now I'm gonna tell you guys the grand total of what we spent. So we had a $150 budget per week, so that's $600 for the month, and we did it! Our total for the month was $568.22. So we did so good. And so there were 2 weeks that we went over budget, but the other 2 weeks, because we did so good and we're way under budget on those weeks, we stayed underneath our budget for the month, and it was great. And I did actually compare what we spent this month trying to spend as little as we possibly could versus our normal expenditures and like our normal spending habits. So what we spent last month was almost $900 we spent. The biggest shock to me between our no spend challenge and that was that our groceries actually this past month with doing the no spend challenge was more expensive than before. And it was because we did HelloFresh. It is like a luxury. HelloFresh is not a necessity. It's definitely like a luxurious and what some people would definitely define as a discretionary fund. But we had decided to do it. We signed up for it like 2 days before we had decided to do this no spend challenge. So it was just like, it is what it is. That's how it kind of like just worked out. But now we know that it's actually more expensive, and so we know that we can save that much more money by just going to the grocery store and buying things over doing something like HelloFresh. Our gas expenses were about the same. There really wasn't a huge difference with that. Where we really saw the differences were in date night. Last month we spent almost $120 on our date nights for 4 weeks, and that is a lot of money. I do think you should date, but I think there are less expensive ways to date, and I think I'm actually gonna make kind of a money saving series out of this. I think this is gonna be like the start to my money saving series. So I will follow up, and in the future I will do like free / less expensive date night ideas to give you guys some ideas as well if you're wanting to still date other people if you're not married, or if you are married, how to still date your spouse while not breaking the bank. One of the places where we saw a huge difference as well was our eating out expenses. Last month we almost spent $190 on eating out alone, and that was not including date night. The date night fund and what we like I categorize as eating out. Eating out is any other night other than date night that we eat out. $190. That's ridiculous. This month we spent $11 on our one McDonald's trip eating out. We did so much better, and if we can keep that to like the bare minimum still, we will save so much money. The biggest difference overall was miscellaneous expenses. Last month we spent about $260 in miscellaneous expenses, and that's basically anything that doesn't fall under groceries, gas, date night, or eating out. So anything else was a miscellaneous expense for us. This month we spent $75. So we definitely still spent more than we wanted to. We wanted to get as close to zero as we could, but we saved almost $200 from what we spent last month. So it was huge. The numbers and the differences were huge, and it helped me kind of see where we were spending money, how we can be better, and how we were better. This was definitely an eye-opening experience, and I would actually recommend a lot of you guys to do this. I think it was fun, and it definitely was a challenge. It was not like easy at all. So we're done with our like 30-day no spend challenge, but I think we're actually going to continue it just a little bit, but we're gonna loosen the purse strings a little bit like we kind of did this past week, where we're gonna try and keep our expenses to a minimum, but we're not gonna feel so guilty for like every now and then going out to eat for date night, or giving into the like, it's just so easy, let's just grab McDonald's real quick kind of thing. And if you like these challenge videos and things like this, make sure to let me know, and maybe comment some other suggestions for challenges and things that I could do in the future. I actually kind of really liked doing this challenge. I thought it was really fun, and it was really challenging for us. Anyhow, comment down below any challenges that you have. If you're going to be doing the no spend challenge as well, let me know, and I will be there to support you 100% of the way. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my other tips and tricks that I will be giving in the future on how to save money while still being able to live a life and not feel like you're just confined to the walls of your apartment. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.